6 months ago, a YouTuber named Kian Bros dropped a bombshell accusing Mojang of child gambling, an illegal TOS, and breaking almost every law in the book. Now, we've just got a huge update, and Kian is gathering millions of
The Minecraft Law Series here, here's what you should know.
names for one of the biggest lawsuits in gaming history. But what is the Minecraft lawsuit, and why is it so important? Let's talk about that. So, you've probably heard about this lawsuit, but if you've been living under a rock with Patrick, the story goes like this. Kian was developing a gun server called MC War until Mojang came out of nowhere and decided that guns were banned in Minecraft, despite not actually being against any rules. Naturally, an angry Kian did his research and realized that Mojang has a history with weird secret made-up rules that cause a lot of other problems like
Plot twist, Kian Brose is Swedish.
child gambling, which is
Imagine getting sued by their own people. GG.
very illegal. So Kian decided to sue Mojang and has since raised $150,000 to hold them accountable for breaking European law. But half a year has passed and things have changed. Not only is this lawsuit becoming a reality, but tons of new evidence has been discovered alleging that Mojang's lies and deception are much worse than we thought. So, without further ado, let's talk about it. The issue that started this whole lawsuit was guns. When Mojang sent an email to Grand Theft Minecart kicking this whole thing off, they claimed that guns were specifically prohibited by the Mojang brand guidelines. The only problem was, nobody knows what that is. If you look it up, you won't find anything, so naturally, Kian assumed those guidelines didn't actually exist. It turns out they do, and that's even worse. See, Mojang has this thing called Compass, which seems to be a private platform with rules for Minecraft's official Bedrock Edition partners. And on this private platform, you can find Mojang's brand guidelines. And, just as they said, realistic guns are in fact banned. Except that doesn't matter. These are private, NDA'd rules for official partners on Bedrock Edition. Grand Theft Minecart, and by proxy almost every Minecraft server that was affected by this change, is not on Bedrock, not an official Mojang partner, and would have no possible way to read these guidelines or even know they exist. That would mean Mojang was and is forcing Minecraft servers to follow rules they've never seen before. And, as Kian pointed out in the first video, hidden terms like these are explicitly unfair under European law, and therefore have no legal or binding force on consumers, aka the Minecraft community. If Mojang were to, say, ban servers for violating rules that they don't have to follow, then that would be breaking the law. Of course, since a lot of this info is private, we can't say for sure that what Mojang's doing is illegal until it's proved in court. But so far, it seems like this is easily one of the strongest points in the Minecraft.
It's like the same goes like why Jenny Mod is not banned yet. You know what I'm saying?
Lawsuit. Now, another one of Kian's biggest problems with Mojang was how they handle gambling. Gambling in Minecraft has been huge the last few years, and despite efforts from people like The Horizon and Duper Trooper to take down these disgusting servers, they just keep coming back and taking advantage of actual children. But why does Mojang allow all this when the law does not? Well, supposedly Mojang doesn't, as their usage guidelines say flat out you can't have gambling on a Minecraft server. But that's not really true, it seems, because they apparently have their own internal rules on gambling that, of course, nobody knows about. Take a look at this. Mojang's official rules on crates, keys, and odd-based rewards, aka gambling, only state that you need to publicly display every item you can win and the exact odds of winning it. That's it. So, say a faction server selling a $50 loot box with a 1% chance of winning permanent invincibility is completely fine and allowed by Mojang under these rules. But if you scroll down a little bit, now you get a completely different set of rules. The items have to either be cosmetic, not give an unfair advantage, get disabled in PvP, or be obtainable through normal gameplay. So is gambling banned, restricted, or allowed? Nobody knows. So naturally, if nobody knows the rules, nobody knows how to follow them. But the worst part is that not even Mojang follows them. This is Cave PvP, one of the last HCF servers still around. But with HCF comes pay to win, and if you take a look at their web store, you can immediately see that it's breaking the rules. Mojang's rules say that if you're selling keys, you need to list every item you can win and their odds. Cave PvP says nothing. No item names, no percentages, nothing at all. Now, this server has been running since 2018, so it's not new, and it has hundreds or thousands of players, so it's not small. Mojang would have to know about it by this point, and yet the server isn't blacklisted for violating their EULA. It seems like it's just fine for kids to spend $220 on the Minecraft slot machine. Cave PvP is far from the only server to be breaking these rules and illegally encouraging kids to gamble. It's one of Minecraft's biggest problems. But not only do Mojang's rules on gambling not make any sense, they seemingly won't even enforce the ones that do. But I've saved the best, or worst, for last, because this is one that I personally really care about: migration. I don't have to tell you the mess that migration caused, with millions of players losing their Minecraft accounts, not to mention all the delays and confusing info that we got. But one thing that I've never understood is how Mojang could suddenly delete the Minecraft account that you paid for.
Goofy
Sure,
ass.
their EULA says you have to migrate to a Microsoft account to keep playing, but it didn't always say that. As part of the lawsuit, Kian made a complete list of every single change to Minecraft's legal contracts to see whether things like migration would be legal under earlier versions of the TOS. The short answer is no. The long answer is that in the earliest versions of the Minecraft Terms of Service, players owned a copy of Minecraft, and the permission Mojang gives to use and play their game could be revoked if you broke the terms of their EULA. But by August 2016, that sentence gets a big change. Mojang claims that they have the right to cancel your account at any time. That seems to mean that no, if you haven't agreed to Mojang's terms of service after August 2016, then they don't have the legal right to cancel your account, unless you violated other terms of the contract, which the vast majority of players have not. Now, I could go into so much
Jesus Christ, like, it's human, you know, like humans just keep changing their words. It is what it is.
more from this document, like how selling your account or breaking the commercial usage guidelines used to be allowed. But let's just focus on migration here. Mojang's sneaky little change to their contract there is what, theoretically, gives them the legal right to disable millions of unmigrated Minecraft accounts. But what about the thousands and thousands of people that only agreed to the terms of service before they changed it? Well, in the EU, where Kian is building this lawsuit, companies can't hide or change their terms and expect you to follow them. But what's interesting is that even in America, this sort of thing doesn't fly. Back in 2007, there was a lawsuit against an internet company that changed their terms of service to start charging people hidden fees. They got taken to court over it, and the courts decided that a revised contract is merely an offer and does not bind the parties until it is accepted. AKA, if Mojang changes their rules, you don't have to follow them unless you accept the new rules. That could potentially spell disaster for Mojang, as it seems like both in America and Europe, disabling millions of Minecraft accounts after migration is completely illegal. At least to me, someone who has no legal experience and really wishes he knew someone who did. So now that you're all caught up on the craziest new finds coming from this lawsuit, let's talk about the case itself.
Wait, so you're saying migration is illegal? Was illegal or is illegal?
Despite what some sarcastic internet commenters might have suggested, there is an actual lawsuit, and Kian has been hard at work. The video he just released goes over the whole thing, so of course check that out.
No, I think we have misconception between those things, because Mojang is not like a company that goes like you've expected. You know what I'm saying? It's like how they manage advertisements and the other, how do you say, because programming parts, programmers, who codes in Minecraft and who advertise in Minecraft is probably different people, right? Because it's a different department. And I think people who are in that department is making those things. And I would like to say that is not any related to who's everybody belong in the company called Mojang. It's a different story, no?
If you haven't. But he's working with a Swedish law firm to file the class action, and they've even been talking to the chief of Sweden's Consumer Protection Agency to figure out what help they can get from the government. In other words, this lawsuit—
who makes the rules, or who makes the EULA end user, what was it for? end user license agreement is like a problem. And it's their fault for those people who made the ELA.
Is really happening. The next big step now is to gather as many people as possible to join the class action. So if you're living in the European Union and want to help, I'll leave a link in the description so you can join the lawsuit, keep Mojang accountable, and hopefully change Minecraft for the better. For now, that's all I've got for you, so thank you all for watching and have a good one. Peace, peace.
That's a good video. That's a good video. MCBYT. I already know this guy and I subbed. That was a good video. That was a good video, not gonna lie. Lawsuits, just let me know, is it like we won or not. So if we won, then it's a good thing. I hope Minecraft doesn't get deleted, because if that's so, then well, basically all of Minecraft YouTubers are GG. I mean, we all die together. Then I mean, it is what it is.